Hey everybody, how are you? How are you? How are you? Let's go. Let's get some fires in the chat. Let's get this thing going, guys. Let's get this thing going. Let's get some fires in the chat. Janine, Aaliyah, Marcus, how are you? Ray, what's up, Ray? We were ready to get this thing going. Let's go. Melissa, how are you? Hey, Charles. All right. We are officially live. Live. 7 o'clock. I love being live. It's 7 o'clock. Thank you guys for spending your 7 o'clock hour with me. I love being live. I'm going to teach you guys quite a bit, and you guys are going to laugh at some stuff. Okay. Yes, I'm here in the real estate newsroom at 7 o'clock. I'm live with you guys. We're going to make this thing interactive, but please hold all of your questions till later. Hold all of your questions till later. We're going to have some fun tonight. Okay, we're going to have some fun tonight. Some of you waited. I appreciate you guys waiting. I see we got people in here from Maryland. You can comment. Anyone can comment. Any comments are fine. They're all welcome. You guys feel free to comment, but I just can't answer them because I prepared a presentation for you guys tonight. And I really want to teach. So I want you guys to learn. My goal here is to teach you guys some stuff that I learned in real estate, and then ultimately help you guys along and help you guys get ready for what's to come in the near future. So let's get started. I definitely want to thank you guys for joining, though. For everybody that joined, thank you. Jersey in the building. I love it. I love New Jersey. All right, I see I got some students in here, so I appreciate you guys for joining as well. I put together a presentation, and I'm just going to share it because it helps me stay on track, and it helps me teach you guys a little bit better in more of a digestible fashion in which you can learn from. All right. So guys, just take 2 minutes. I want you guys to just go get your pens and your paper. Please get a pen and paper because we have to take notes during this. You guys as well, just grab a pen and paper. You have to take notes because this is live and there's not going to be a replay. All right. We are not doing replays. We're not doing second chances. We're not doing reruns. So I want you guys get a pen and paper. Let's take some notes. Hopefully you have shared this out by now. And if you didn't, take 1 more minute and just share it out for people that need to learn, people that need to make more money in 2025. All right. I promise you guys, y'all are going to laugh at this presentation because I dug up something from way back. And you guys are just, I just know everybody I shows this thing to is just going to laugh. So let's just get right to it. I'll start with my presentation. This is just really focused on real estate money without having lots of cash. So we know we have to be into real estate. We know we got to get into real estate. We have to be able to earn money. And I put together some information for you guys to be able to make money, even though for the ones that don't have a lot of cash, right? Everybody just doesn't have a ton of cash, especially with all the things that go on in the world today. Some of us cash is tight. All right. So today, what I want to show you is how you guys can use my lender and my builders to build your first house without having great credit or using a lot of your own money. So I'm going to share some of the money with you guys. I'm going to share some of my builders with you guys. I'm going to share some ways for some of you guys to make money without even having to use your own. Some can use credit, but I'll tell you guys right now, spill some of the beans. you guys can get money to build with a 500 credit score. So stick around. I'll show you guys how to do it. And I want to just touch on one of the things that changed my life, right? Donald Bren, and guys, if you write anything down, just write Donald Bren down and study who he is. He's the world's richest developer. He's a real estate developer. And he's somebody that I look up to because he's not as much of a landlord when you think about real estate as he is a builder and a developer. So I want you guys to just kind of write the name down, Donald Bren. And then write this down too along with it. This quote, when I heard it years ago, I was a teenager when I heard it, when I read it. Actually, I used to read a lot on Donald Bren when I was a teenager. The quote just says, when you invest, you're buying days that you don't have to work. So investing, whether it's in yourself, whether it's in any avenue, any asset class, when you invest, you are buying days that you do not need to work. Okay, what does that mean? That means we'll be able to live off of the benefits of our investments. The more we invest, the more we spend our money investing on education, investing in real estate, the less days we'll have to work. If you save, you're going to have to work. That's just how it is. We all know that when we save money, sometimes we end up spending it. It does us no good. Right? It does us no good. Everybody knows what happens when you guys crack $100 bill, right? The whole thing just ends up being spent. So saving it doesn't work. But everybody knows what happens when you invest $100 bill. It turns into 107, then it turns into 110. That 110 turns into 120, 130, and so forth and so on. And I'll show you guys exactly how I do that. All right. I want to just let you know, as far as my goal today is to show you guys the importance of land and building on it. Land and building is the safest because it never goes anywhere. So when you buy land, it's lose proof. You're never going to lose it because you actually own it outright based on the parcels of land that I'm going to teach you guys to buy. I teach you guys to buy land at like right out, whether you're going to use a credit card or small amounts of cash. Some of them start at $300 in places like Michigan, Memphis, Tennessee, right? There's land that starts at just $300. So when we talk about land, you guys just know, like, acquiring the land doesn't cost you a lot of money. You'll never lose it. When we talk about the safest, the contractors get paid last. So I'll talk to you guys about that and how you structure your deal to make sure that the contractors get paid after they do their work. And then what I like most about land, and when I want to just get to you guys, is that when you buy land and either sell it, or when you buy land and build houses on it, you don't have any tenants, right? A lot of what I'm doing going in 2025 is to be a supplier of a solution for the problem that exists in America today. There are no starter homes. There's a shortage of starter homes. If you guys wave your hand if you've heard that there's a shortage of inventory, right? Put a comment in the chat if you realize that there's just a shortage of affordable housing, right? We all know there's just a shortage. If your city has struggles with homelessness, just put a comment in the chat. We all know these things exist, right? So providing a solution for that problem is what's really important to me, right? That's what's important, that we're able to provide solutions for problems. I like, in the sense of like buying land, building on it, and selling it as a solution to the problem. You can rent it out, and we'll talk through shortly. I promise I'll show you guys some exit strategies that are really good, that help people solve problems. And that's where we get paid the most money, when we solve the most problems. The bigger the problem you solve, the more money you can get paid for it. It's just that simple. We all understand that. Okay, so I got to tell you guys this, right? Buying land is safe, but it's not flashy. Buying houses, building houses, it's the safest way to get into real estate. It's the safest asset class. Unfortunately, it ain't flashy, right? It's not flashy. It's not the most exciting thing to do. I do it because I'm okay with not being flashy. I'm okay with not being like the hottest thing, right? Or the most exciting, because I'm really focused on that saying that Donald Brent taught me. I don't want to work. I'll never go to work again. And I'll show you guys how in a minute. And I'll show you guys why. I despise working. I feel like if you're not working in your passion, you are wasting your time. You're wasting your days because you can't retire. You still have to work. You still have to save. And investing allows me to do things that I'm passionate about. All right. So it's not the most exciting. However, it's allowed me to never have to work again. I've totally like traveled the entire world based on my real estate portfolio. I've never not been able to travel when I wanted to go somewhere. Traveling is one of the things that I enjoy doing. I enjoy going to see different cultures. I enjoy going to eat different foods. I'm a foodie. I don't know where my body puts all the food, but like I just imagine a life where you just get to travel wherever you want and eat as much food as you want. If that was something you enjoy doing. I love eating. All right. Guys, put a fire in the comments if y'all like eating. So if y'all love a good meal, just put a fire in the chat. Let me know that I'm not a greedy guy. Like I'm not the only greedy person out there. All right. If y'all love going to eat just a good meal somewhere, and if you guys love traveling, just put a comment in the chat. Let me know that I'm not the only one who's like, I guess a person who loves to eat and drink inside, right? Let me know it's not me. All right, cars. I don't know where this came from, guys. I don't know where this came from, but I love different cars. Like as a kid, I played with these toy cars and I raced them all over the place, right? I raced everywhere I went. I had like a pocket full of cars with me. So now that I'm older, now that I'm in real estate allows me to be able to drive any car I want. Whatever car comes out, I get that I want. And I've driven just about every single high-end luxury car and high-end exotic car that like came out at one point. I've never had a Bugatti. And I don't want one that fast, like the Lamborghini's the fastest I could go, that where it's not too dangerous. I live in New York City. All right, thank you, Q Bruce. I appreciate you telling me I'm not the only one. All right, women don't love cars so much, but guys, if you're a car guy, like comment. Just imagine you can get and drive any single car you want. All you have to do, and here's a quick strategy. Let's just say you want a car and a car payment is $2,000 a month, right? Here's a quick strategy. You buy land and you seller finance. You buy land for super low prices and you just seller finance it. If you want to do seller financing for $500 a month, you just need 4 pieces of land that you put on seller financing, and then you can end up driving that car. It's that simple. You'll let your land pay for it. Later on in this presentation, I'll show you guys how I leverage land seller financing to pay for my vehicles. I don't show a lot of them, but I have a lot of them. And if you guys like scroll way back, you'll see like not just car collection. It's just it's like I get to live in my desires as opposed to what I have to do. I get to do some of the things that I really want to do, right? And if guys, just put a fire in the chat if you would like to get a dream car, just put it in the chat. Let me know. Put it in the comments. Let me know. If there's a dream car that you would get, if money wasn't an object, just put a fire in the chat. If you got a dream car out there, right? Or if you even need a new car, just put a fire in the chat in the comments. Let me know. All right. I actually live in my dream home too. So when we think about the things that we want in life, and we think about like being satisfied, and some of the things that we work for. When I was younger, people would work and save up their entire lives to either get like a car when they retire, or get their dream home, or they retire and then go live somewhere where they really want to live, right? Some people said the Cybertruck. I don't know about the Cybertruck. To me, it's kind of ugly, right? It's kind of ugly. But if that's your thing, go for it. Figure out how much it is a month. If it's $2,000, you get 5 pieces of land that's just selling on seller finance for $500 a month. There's your Cybertruck. It's that easy. Now, if you got bad insurance, bad driving history, then now you got to get another piece of land for the insurance payment. But I got it all figured out. All right. My dream home, like I designed my home. Sometimes I have I'm mirrored. So I designed my dream studio. And then in my home, I have enough space, which I don't show a lot of, but I have enough space to mirror and to buy and furnish my homes however I want. So I got a studio where we do the real estate newsroom. In both homes, I have like theater rooms, and these are monitors. So this would be considered like a theater room for me. I don't necessarily show the other side because it's like not for public viewing, but it is like dream home. And I live like 2 of the most desirable places in America as well. All right. So I have all the time that I need to do these things that I enjoy every day. And time freedom is just most important. It's really about time freedom. It's really about doing the things that you want to do. I know some of us go on vacation and midway through they say, oh, we're at the halfway point. 2 days from now, I got to go back home. And you dread it because you really don't want to go. You really want to stay where you are. So those are some of the brighter things that real estate has done for me. But I want to share something with you guys tonight on this call. And guys, this is a live call. I want to share something with you guys on this call. My life wasn't always how it is. So everything else that you can imagine that people want, that money can bring outside of time, right? I totally have everything through real estate. It's a total blessing. And that's why I'm here to share with you guys how this stuff happens for me. But I do want to tell you, it was not always like this. All right. It wasn't always like this. There was a time, right? And this is me, right? You guys can look closely. Your boy, Charles Noonan, you guys look closely at that picture. You will just see it's me. If it's funny, you guys can laugh in the comments. That's okay, right? I'm cool with it. But there was a time I was like a security guard. Not only was I a security guard to make money, I worked for Effective Security, 9 East 38th Street, New York, 10016. We were very poor, right? We were like, my upbringing, I'll tell you a little bit about it. I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York. I grew up really poor and lived most of my younger years in poverty. I'm talking like poverty, like really poor, all right? I had to work double shifts as a security guard. And I remember looking for ways to get out of poverty. And then here's one thing that I realized, right? I knew somebody was going to just laugh at me. I knew one person was going to just look at the picture and just laugh at me, right? But guys, I was working double shifts and I still wasn't making a lot of money. If you've ever worked a double shift and didn't see the bump in your paycheck, just put a fire in the comment or just put a comment in there, right? Just put a comment in there. I worked a double shift and I worked an entire extra shift, meaning I stayed up another extra 8 hours. So I worked the overnight shift. And then when it was time to go to sleep, my body naturally wanted to sleep. I actually forced myself to stay up. And then I worked an 8 to 4. Then at the end of the week, so I did that for like 4 days during the week. And at the end of the week, when I got my check, I realized how much money taxes take out of your paycheck when you do overtime. If anybody ever did overtime, like you guys know, it is a challenge. It is really difficult to do. So it's a challenge to actually get the money when you have to work hours like that. It sucks. So here's what I realized. You cannot physically work your way out of poverty. You cannot physically work your way into another lifestyle that you dream about. There's like 2 ways to do it. One of them, you have to invest. The other one, you have to, I'm going to say, manifest. All right. So when I say invest, the money that I got, I should not have spent it. Now I feel like I worked hard for it. I made all the money. It was only like $800 for 2 weeks double shift, but I feel like I earned it, so I had to go spend it, which defeats the whole purpose of staying at work for 16 hours a day, right? As a security guard too. Guys, please don't laugh at me. It was one of my first jobs, but I was trying. I was trying. I was just trying to get my way and trying to find my way out of poverty. I did not know how to get out of poverty. I've always been an honest, ethical person. So working was what I thought the answer was. Obviously, the other way you can manifest some things, and when I say manifest, I mean like through action taking. So you're gonna invest, and then you have to manifest yourself to get to your goals. So going forward, right? We'll zap forward from the blast from the past. I just want to introduce myself and tell you some of the things that I've been able to do for people, and what I want to do for you guys, for everybody that's here on the call, right? So I'm Charles Noonan. I'm the founder of what we know today as the Landbank team. And we're a group of like-minded individuals who invest in real estate with the goal of building generational wealth. In 2023, I've helped over 900 families get their land or their houses. And in 2024, we've helped over 1,400 families. I'm talking like people, husbands, wives, kids, grandmothers, aunts, like entire families. And when I say those numbers, I mean people that have bought 8 properties, 9 properties, 10, 12 properties. Okay. I've impacted, which is what I'm most proud of. I've impacted families because I've taught them how to invest and manifest their goals together. So we'll talk later about my goals, but in 2025, my plan is to teach 500 people how to develop real estate, which is the highest form. Okay. Development is the highest form of real estate. It's not having 1,000 doors and renting them out. That's not it. You can quickly surpass that by building and selling properties. It happens fairly easy. And if you look up our guy, Mr. Bren, you guys will know he doesn't hold a lot of properties. They're building the Cleveland Browns new stadium. They're building skyscrapers. They're building out the subdivisions with 42 houses on each of them, affordable housing. They're working with the cities that need help in developing, that struggle, again, with solving problems, that struggle with affordable housing and low-income housing. They partner with the cities, they build, and then they sell. It's that simple and it's that easy. I'll show you guys how to do it. For those of you that are here for cheap land, just Google the National Land Bank map. If you just put that in the National Land Bank map, you'll see the Center for Community Progress. That's where you guys can get the map. And that's where I buy the land at such inexpensive prices. It's super easy to buy. And you guys can see it from there. Along the journey, I've been able to help and impact a lot of other people in a lot of different ways. So where I say I've impacted the 2,500 families, they've been able to purchase land in different areas of the world, such as Arkansas, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Kansas City. If anybody has any property or lives in any of these cities, just put the word me in the chat. Indianapolis, St. Louis, Michigan, Connecticut, Mississippi, New York, Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, and Texas. So we get people properties everywhere, like all parts of the country. We get people properties. Like, it's not hard to do. Okay, it's not hard to do. What team members have done with the land, here are some of the most common exit strategies, right? They're able to buy and sell land, seller finance land for passive income. We do have a gentleman on the team who recently, and this is just most recent, for passive income, he bought 13 pieces of land and sold them for $3,900. And then he sold them, he bought 13 pieces of land for $3,900. and he sold them for $3,000 each. So with that sale, he actually gets $300 per month per property. So guys, what would you guys do with $3,900 a month extra that you collect on land that you just never even seen or have, like, you don't have to maintain it. There's no toilets to be flushed. There's no fixed. There's no roofs to be fixed. There is no complaints of turning the heat up when it gets cold outside, which is one of the things I love. All right. Now just tell me what you guys would do with that. And here, I'll give you some of the sites that they use. They use a site called Pay Then and Square to collect the payments. It automatically sends out like requests for payments. So that's just like the seller financing strategy. Then you have like your Airbnb strategy. You have the group homes, which we have a whole group that's working in New York to actually open a group home. There's housing for veterans, there's affordable housing, and then we got low income housing as some of the exit strategies. Here's the thing though. So Donald Brand doesn't necessarily like to share how he makes his money. It's not common that we see developers that actually share how they make a lot of money. Developers don't hold a whole bunch of conferences. I don't see developers teaching in their community. There's just not a whole lot going on from a development standpoint that I see in my upbringing or in my community. Developers just typically don't share. I'm going to share with you guys as a developer how to make money in real estate, who you need on your team, and then where to actually do it. So those are some of the things when we do see developers, they leave out a lot of the nuances on how. They'll say, oh yeah, so we buy a lot of real estate in the Northeast. And you're like, what? Or they'll say things like we, but they don't say who the we is. So you never really get to know who their team members are. They leave out all the nuances, the who's, the hows, the where. They say the Northeast, they say the South, they say New York City. They don't tell you anything about where to find it, where you can find it either, and things like that, which kind of annoys me, honestly, because if you're gonna look to help people, you have to give them the answers. It just makes no sense to try and help people without giving out the answers. So for land and real estate, I'll tell you guys where I buy it and where I sell it mostly. I buy and sell it in Birmingham, Alabama. It's the hottest market. I'll teach you guys how to buy land I'll teach you guys how to buy land through an acronym that I created called Africa. This acronym just talks about the area, the fundamentals of a sewer system, the fact that you guys need road frontage. You're welcome, guys. You always want to buy in infill lots. You want to check the comps before you buy. You want to check for accessibility before you buy. And then most importantly, you want to verify buildability through a number of other resources, like checking with your builder, checking with the planning and zoning board, checking with the engineering department if you're trying to install a septic tank, or if you have land that does accept a septic tank. You just want to make sure that all that stuff is available and readily for you to be able to build on. So if you're selling it also, if you're selling land, you want to know this stuff so that you can sell it. So here's a picture where I verify the area of some land. Here, just a note to take home with you for today. 43,560 square feet equals an acre. So you'll always be able to check that. I use sites like Land ID and Land Glide to verify stuff like that. The sewer system, you want to verify a manhole, and then you also want to verify, the manhole, and then you want to verify the water drains, because you don't want water draining into your property, because it would be really hard to build if that were the case. Road frontage, you want to make sure you have access to the road. Infill lots, you want to make sure there are other houses around your land, because if you're selling to build, you want to make sure that all the utilities and things like that are connected. For land, if I'm selling it, I use land.com to run comps. And then I'll use something like Trulia and Zillow to verify land, or the ACV, after construction value of the land. So if I'm buying a half an acre and I'm putting a new house on there, I want to go to Trulia and Zillow. I want to look up recently built homes, new construction, and how much they sold for. That's what's going to get me the ACV. Lenders care about the ACV, after construction value. They will lend on that amount, not what the land costs, not what the old beat up houses in the area are selling for. ACV, after construction value, is what they lend on. Also, you want to verify access to power lines too, so you guys can have power. All right. How to sell your land. We'll go through these. These are some of my top sites. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 7 ways to sell your land. Craigslist is like the number 3 place where land gets sold. Facebook Marketplace is number 2. eBay ranks really high. Unsoldland.org ranks really high. Land.com is the number 1 place where land gets sold. Zillow and Trulia is not the number 1 place for land, but you can list your stuff there on Trulia and Zillow if you wanted to sell your land, okay? It's easy to sell. As a matter of fact, if you had trouble selling your land, all you would have to do, if you really wanted to sell it and you had land at a really good price and had a value prop, a really good value prop, you simply just could take it to a realtor and let the realtor do all the work for you. So what I want to do today is probably just bring up, if I can, I want to try and bring up a student of mine, a team member of mine that may be here. Is Marion here? Marion, if you're here, could you just put a number 1 in the chat? I want to see if my student is here that's bought and sold all of that land. If he's here, I'll let you guys kind of hear from him how he was able to do it. And I'm not going to say how easy he was able to do it, because it could have been hard for him. But I want to know if he's here and he's on the in this session here. I want him to just put the number 1 up so I could highlight him and bring him up. And if he's not, that's totally fine. But I definitely want to invite him so you guys can see how easy it is. Okay, it's really not hard, and I'll tell you guys more about it. So actually, this is his screenshot from PayThen, right? This is his screenshot from PayThen. Let me just see if he's in here. Okay. Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. All right. Invite my guy. Let me see if I could invite him. I sent him an invite because I think it'll be easier if we have the actual person who owns this property to kind of speak to the sale of it, as opposed to me speaking to his. This is his agreement on PayThen, where he gets paid for each property, right? He has 13 properties that he bought, where he gets paid $300 each property. All right, we'll see if we could bring him up right now. Oh, here he is.
What's going on, man?
Marion, how are you?
It's all good. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Welcome, welcome. I'm happy you were able to join. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. So I had a couple of questions for you. The first question I had for you was it easy for you to sell 13 pieces of land?
It was 15.
Oh, it was 15?
Yeah, it was 15.
Was it a challenge for you? Was it easy?
No, it was easy for me. It was easy for me because I use my resources, because I'm in other groups as well.
Yeah.
So I was able to sell it off that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you leverage like your like community, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, I did a little presentation. I broke down the numbers. I showed everybody what they can build on it, exit plan, pretty much. And I say within 2 days, I sold all 15 of them.
2 days?
Yeah, 2 days.
Wow. All right. So let me ask you this. So I know I say it's kind of easy to do, right? Especially if you're
Yeah.
going to really list them out and things like that. What were some of the doubts that you had in buying it? So you heard me talk about it. What were some of the doubts that you had before you like joined the program and decided to get into this space?
I can't really answer that. I'm gonna be honest with you because I mean, I only joined because I believe that I could do it just by listening to what you were saying. Right? You kind of broke down how easy it was. I took your word on it, and I mean, I'm the type of person. I'm a daredevil anyway. So as far as me investing in something like that, it only made sense. So I mean, I didn't really have no doubts, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Uh,
So it was the fact that you saw me do it, you saw the proof of concept, and you got the confidence to just say, I can do this too. And then you just did it. And then you started.
Correct. Yeah, because I used to wholesale a long time ago, like 2018, before everybody else started doing it. And
Okay.
so things I was doing there, people was looking at me like, really, you can really do that? And then like when you started with, I mean when you said something about the $300, you know what I'm saying, to buy some land, that right there was crazy to me. So I'm like, what? So that's when I went straight in with it.
Okay. Now the place where we go buy land for $300, did they have a lot more?
Oh yeah. I just bought 12. I just bought 12 more.
You bought 12 more?
Yeah, I bought 12 more. I'm for to sell 5 of them, but I'm gonna sell them for 55 though.
5,500?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do a
Oh,
55.
you about to get into the six-figure mark, man. The six-figure earner mark.
Trying to. Got some bills to pay.
Yeah. All right. So you called our girl, you called Verda, and she gave you 5 more.
No. She no. So I'm getting 12 more. But I'm
12,
gonna sell 5 of them.
and you're gonna keep 7.
Yeah.
Man, that's a blessing to be able to just I said this before, right? You have to invest and then you have to manifest it through action. So you make the investment of your money in buying your time first because you had to research this information that I gave you. So you made that time investment, which is not easy because we all don't have a whole lot of time. Then you went to the sites that I told you to go to. You bought 12. So you're up to 24 pieces of land right now
Pretty much.
at $300 a piece.
300. Yep.
Love it. And then you just put it out there on the sites that I told you, some of your own network, and you got them sold within 2 days.
2 days within my presentation. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You said you wasn't scared, which I'm like you, but I brought you up here to show, like, to maybe so people can connect with you. So you spent 3,900 on no, you spent 1,500. I mean 4,500 on 15 pieces of land.
Yeah.
All right. Now, were you scared to spend that 4,500?
Nah, because I already know how to go do funding and everything like that. So I just kind of utilize what my knowledge of getting funded, took that money, use a 0 APR card. Pretty much, I ain't paying nothing for it.
Man, you know all the hacks, bro. You know all the hacks. So let me ask you this: why didn't you just buy like 2, just to sample it? Like buy 2 for 600, sell those. How much did you sell them for? 3,000.
3,300.
Damn, why didn't you buy 2? So that's 6,600. You turned 600 into 6,600.
Yeah, pretty much. Hold on, let me see. Say that again.
You bought them 1 for 300 and you sold them for 3,300, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well, 2 would be 6,600. Why didn't you stop there or try that first? You just went all in from the beginning.
Because what I ended up doing, I looked at a whole entire neighborhood, and it was like land next to land next to land. So it was like, this, I can pretty much build my own block if I want to. And the way I sold it to the people was I let them know that they can develop on it back and forth, like, next to each other. And since everybody is in a mindset of developing in that particular area by buying those properties, they can kind of control the comps, which, the values in that area. So that's kind of how I sold it to them. So to answer your question, the reason why, because it's too many properties that was next to each other that I wanted to go ahead and snatch up so I can present it in that way.
Okay, I get it. You put a whole plan together on how this stuff works. What attracted you? How did you get into our training? Like what got you into the training to get started?
You was on one of my homies podcasts, and you was like, man, I was telling y'all, man, go ahead and put me on, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? You was letting them know about yourself, and then I don't know, you was going over the Detroit areas and stuff like that I kind of knew about a little bit. And I don't know, I just like everything you were saying. So when I reached out to you, like join the group, you were doing a challenge. It was, a nice little easy investment. I think it was like 500, something like that, 500 or 700. And so yeah, when I joined that, I got all that information, and I was able to get properties off of that. So it didn't, it only made sense to connect with you more.
Yeah, so, yeah. And then from there, you actually joined the high ticket mentorship. Which I think once you did that, that's where I started to get feedback from you about the success that you were having.
Right.
A little bit later. It didn't take long, though. It did not take long. So you made your feedback real quick. And here's the best thing. Here's the best thing. You made the investment, but now you have like a skill set where you can go get unlimited amounts of properties and do the same thing over and over. And let me ask you this question. Have you ever seen those properties?
No, well, you know what? I did, because I wanted to go back to the States for the election, because I'm in Canada. So we drove.
Country. So there's people that's in our country that's doubting this stuff, bro. You don't even live in the country, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. Yeah, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I ain't never, like, I purchased it, already own it and everything, got the deeds. I just made a decision to go just to look at the area, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I kind of like the area. That's kind of why I bought 12 more, right? So yeah, I didn't even like my Arkansas properties that I got, the 3 land in Cherokee. That was really, I bought those on accident actually. I think I got those for $120 for each one. I know what we could build like a single family home. So I ain't never been to that land at all. But I end up selling those.
Would you believe if I told you that I have never been to 95% of my portfolio of 400 properties?
Damn, I can believe that.
There's no way I could even go to all of them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Exactly. Like I can't physically get there. I've sold over, so I hold 400 for like my family. That's like our legacy package. But I've sold over 300 parcels of land, and I haven't been to 96% of it. I've only viewed some of it sometimes because I'll be looking to build on some of it.
Right.
But just let people know that you don't even have to go to your properties.
Nah, I mean, I sold all the properties before I even went out there. I only went out there just to see what it's like, just so I can buy more properties, so I can know what I'm selling to everybody, a little bit more in depth.
So yeah, you sold it before you even went to see?
Yeah, yeah.
And then when you went to see it, you was like, whoa, this is kind of nice.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And you bought 12 more.
12 more, because that area, like they had a couple Bennett homes, but like the yard was kept up, like everything was so neat out there. It's very, very clean. I'm like, man, this look like opportunities over here. So
of course,
that's when I end up grabbing 12 more. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful, man. I gotta say, I'm super proud of you. What would you say to people that are doubting, like investing in land? Because let me ask you this question before that. Did anybody ever check your credit?
No, Nah, credit don't even have nothing to do with this.
It has nothing to do with it. So if you had a bankruptcy, a foreclosure, collections, could you
Yeah,
still do what you just did?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Nah, I'm in the credit field too. So nah, credit didn't have nothing to do with this. Only thing I had to deal with credit was, like I said, flip my credit card. You know what I'm saying? But as far as anybody doing it,
yeah,
credit don't have nothing to do with it. Just come up with the money. That's it.
no pre-approvals, nothing.
Nah, she not at all. It's pretty much they have it laid out for you. If you want it, you grab it, you pay the money, and then they send you the deed. Like that's really as simple as it is. To be honest with
Yeah, yeah. Basically, it's that simple, right? Now,
you. Yeah.
I know our conversation because we've done it and it's so real to us. But would you believe that our conversation doesn't sound real? Would you agree? It sounds fake.
Yeah, I can see how it can sound fake to a lot of people.
Now, what would you say to those people who think you're lying? Because
I want.
look, I can't do it. So I'm showing your receipt right here on the screen. When you
Yeah.
say, I can't do it. What would you say to people that's like, man, these two guys up here lying, man. He's in the dark. We can't even see his face. What would you say to people?
My bad. Yeah. What I would say is, like for instance, like that area where it's only 300, or if you go to Arkansas, you can literally get it for $100. So go on the site and put up $100.
Yeah,
Try one of them.
yeah.
Get it on the accident like I did, right?
So you put the bids in and left. You didn't even know you wasn't
Yeah.
following them.
Nah, I wasn't in follow. And I ended up winning. I won two on for 120, and then I won the third one 130.
Mm.
And right away I got rid of them.
Oh, you sold those too?
Oh yeah. I
Where'd you
sold
sell
those.
them? In your community, or did you list them on like Craigslist or anything?
I sold them in my community because it's in Cherokee, and there's a one lady in my community. She's a native Indian,
Yeah.
and so she's like, "Oh, I want to, this makes me feel like it's a part of me, part of my background, Cherokee." I said, "All right, cool, yeah, feel that way. Go ahead and buy it." She bought it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it
All
was
right.
good.
So, bro, you sold a part of Cherokee Village to a woman of Indian descent.
Yeah,
with,
and she's in Canada.
with the information that you have.
Right.
It's crazy. All right. How easy was it to use Pay then?
I love Payday. I ain't gonna lie to you. I use that for a lot of my business stuff now.
Bro, I gave
Payday
you
is dope.
would you agree I gave you some killer gems, bro?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's so organized, man. All I gotta do, like, it lets me know when somebody didn't pay.
Yeah.
I got two of them that don't pay on time, so I just let them know, and should they be like, "Oh, my bad, let me go." They always go back and pay, so
Yeah.
it's organized. I don't even have to like keep up with it really.
Yeah. Do you use Square at all or no?
I don't use Square because I don't use Square. But, I mean, it's good for some people to use it for sure, but I don't use it.
I use both just because I didn't want to be like so top heavy. Like once I got over 100 properties on seller finance, I didn't want my whole portfolio to sit with one account. So I opened up Square, and now I have balance. They're very much the same. They send the reminders 5 days ahead, 3 days ahead, 1 day ahead. And then after, you're 5 days late, you're 3 days late, you're 7 days late. So I love both of them, man. They work pretty good for me.
Yeah. No, I like paid in because I'm able to. Shit.
Okay. You still there? All right, maybe not. I think he froze, got lost in the matrix or something. But I think you guys will give him 3 seconds. 3, 2, guys. This is live, so forgive technology sometimes. But he dropped off. All right, so here, let's see. We will let him out of the room. We'll let him out of the room. He'll be off shortly, guys. But yep, so he's off. All right, guys, just out of gratitude, if he's cleared up any questions for you guys, just put a thank you in the chat. I gotta thank him personally for joining. Hopefully, you guys learned something from him, because the stuff that I teach, I do, and it's unreal. It's surreal. Making money the way that we make it. It flows into our accounts in abundance. I share a lot of sites with you guys. I share where you can list them. But I'll tell you guys this. The biggest developers, that's passive income, right? So I told you I'll teach you how to make passive income. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need great credit. They don't care if you have a foreclosure. They don't care if you went bankrupt, Chapter 11 and 7. They don't care anything about any of that. They just don't care. What they care about is, can you afford to buy the piece of land that you're looking to buy? And then they let you buy it. A lot of it is just $300. If you guys got $300 in your account right now, whether it's on a credit card, debit card, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, Discover, just put 300 in the chat, because we can get you guys started with just $300. It's literally that simple. This stuff is one of the things that I'm teaching, that I typically teach in 10-day master, and over 10 master classes. And clearly Marion is a master at this, right? Like he's a master. He bought, I think he said 15 at first, and now he's going back for another 12 or 12 and 12, whatever the case is, man. That guy just went crazy. And I appreciate him coming into the room and sharing like that with us. So here's some of the bigger end land deals that I do. I do them at $750. So I buy land. He buys his at $300, and he sells them for 30. I think he said 3,500 or 3,300. I buy mine at $600 to $700 and $800, and I sell them for $14,000 and $15,000. So when you guys see that I have land that I've sold for $750 a month, it's really no secret, right, of what I'm doing. It's just no secret. I have a rental portfolio where people rent out houses of mine that they pay me for. I have a seller finance proposal portfolio where people just pay me every single month. And just they pay Marion too every single month with the tools that I gave them. I mean, like, we could do the math. He's probably going to be pulling in like $6,000 or $7,000 per month on property he's never seen before, property he's never gone to, property that didn't care about his criminal background, his financial background, his credit. No one cares in the land space. Do you have enough money to buy the property? Yes. You can buy it. I'll teach you guys how to sell it. It's just that simple. It's like that simple, guys. I don't show a lot of like the things that I have, but if I ever wanted to buy something, all I have to do is go buy a piece of land first and then sell it, and that will pay for it. I never use my own money for anything at this time. I just don't. I'm going to say neighbor and student just came on, and he talked about how easy it was. But you guys don't have to be a daredevil to do it. You can grab 1 or 2 properties and list them for sale. You don't have to be like him. My guy grabbed he said 13 and 15. Guys, put in the comments, how many properties does he have in total? Because he said 13, then 12. Let's just say 25. He went absolutely crazy. But I love it. I love it. I teach you guys a more conservative way, because I don't want anybody to ever lose any money investing in land or real estate. I want you to buy 1 or 2, like $600. Buy 2 pieces of property and sell it. Start to generate some money. Start to generate some income for yourself. Then as you get more comfortable, you actually have a list of buyers. You can now buy maybe 4. Then you go to 6, right? Build your portfolio up over time, not overnight. Millionaires built their millions over time, not overnight. We're not focused on overnight success. We're talking about success over time. However, oh, thank you. Someone said he has 27 properties. I'm super proud of my guy, man. I can't say enough of how proud I am of Marion for doing what he did and just taking our group into his hands and going absolutely crazy with it. He just took the information I gave and he went absolutely crazy with it, right? So congrats to him. I'm super proud, super happy of him. And I'm happy and proud of all of my team members, right? We are the Landbank team, and we're on this powerful movement to change the world as we see it today. And we're just changing the world through information. We, like, his lifestyle didn't change, right? The information that's in his head changed. The information I poured in over the course of the cohort that I did, that's what changed. Nothing else in his lifestyle changed outside from him getting more money, right? And now it frees up more time. That's all it is, guys. All right, so congrats again to one of my students, my team members, who is going to have 27 properties on monthly recurring billing that he 10x'd his money. Okay, he's probably going to go into the six-figure section soon. He's got to be nearing that six-figure mark soon from a really small investment that he made into my program. All right. Now, you guys know about where I am today, my lifestyle today, and how blessed I am and how favored I feel to have come across the information that I have to where I can live the way that I live. From a personal perspective, my personal mission is to build and create opportunities for the following. I want to create opportunities for low-income housing because, as you guys saw my security guard picture at the beginning, I come from low-income housing, right? Affordable housing. The first property that was bought in my family, it was bought in an impoverished neighborhood, but we got into home ownership through an Affordable Housing Act where they were able to lower prices for us to finally crack in and get a house. And I think it was my brother who got like the first house in our family. My family still lived in a home where we were renting, but my brother was like the first to actually get a house, and he got it through affordable housing. I've never stayed in a group home, thank God, but I want to help those. But I want to help those that did. I want to open up group homes, and that's something that we're doing actually now. We're actually like in the final stages of licensing for it. But in certain areas of the city, they don't have, in the country, they don't have places for people that aged out of group homes. They just put them on the street. They send them back home as adults. They have their developmental disabilities, so that hasn't changed. They're just now bigger, stronger, and maybe their development issue has heightened to where they need more care. But now that they've aged out, they just go back home with the parents. And it's become an issue in a lot of cities where there's just not a lot of places for them to go. So one of my personal missions is to open up group homes and then also help the aged out individuals that do suffer with some levels of mental illness. Birmingham is a city that we need to own. That's where I plan to do all of this stuff. I have built 3 houses there so far. One you guys saw me build live in person almost, because I invite you guys down all the time. And that's going to be probably, first we'll do like a travel nursing site, which the furniture is going in now. And then we'll turn it into a group home once we get licensing for it, right? Birmingham is the next city for cash infusion. Guys, please screenshot that. Be prepared to screenshot the next couple of slides. And then I'll talk about the importance of ownership. This one is the most powerful slide. Please screenshot this one, right? This one talks about years after the Civil War, 14% of all landowners were Black Americans, right? 14% years after the Civil War, just Black Americans, right? Today they say Black and brown, right? It's the same thing, the same statistic today. They just didn't use the politically correct term back then. We own 14% of all available land that was after the Civil War. And then we were smart enough, right? There was a sense of urgency. We understood land equaled freedom. If you didn't have a place to stay, if you didn't own your own land, You were not free. You were not considered free because you had to work to buy. You had to work to pay. You had to work to buy everything. If you had your own land, you can now have your own farm. You can now have your own house. You can now have everything to self-sustain. And that was what was called freedom back then. So land was the equivalent to freedom. It was power back then. You weren't free until they, and that's why they talk about giving us land, right? Because that would be giving us true freedom. We've gotten away from that in society today. And even as time passed, this article right here talks about that land ownership in the Black community, Black and brown community, because this is current, has steadily dropped from 14% to a whopping 1.3% across the nation. I'm not big on excuses. I'm big on education, right? I'm bigger on education than I am excuses, right? Discriminatory lending practices gave unequal loans to land grant universities for Black families. There's redlining. There's a number of things that actually got in the way of us actually owning the land that we once owned, right? So once we've lost it through, and we lost it through heirs property, we didn't necessarily have in our minds, we didn't necessarily understand the concept of succession planning. So when we did get it, right, we own 14% of it. And that's across the United States. We own 14% of all available farmland, right, and affordable land. We didn't trust the system that creates trust, wills, estate wills, estate plan. We didn't trust that they would pass it down properly. So we actually lost it. And then through redlining, we lost a ton where we weren't able to buy it back. So once it got recovered and we were down to 1.3%, there's all sorts of things in place that prevented us or prohibited us from actually getting a lot of our land back. So here's what's important to me, right? The times have now changed. The times have now actually gone back to where it could be favorable for us. And I've done it through things like research, reading, and we'll talk a little bit about the lenders now and what they have in place. So back then, where they had to keep us out, there's redlining, there's rules where women couldn't buy land. Now women can buy as much as they want. There's rules about how much you can buy and where you can buy it. Now those things have opened up and have changed back. Birmingham is one of the storied cities where African Americans own the most land, like in the United States. I'm talking about 90-something% of the available land at one point in time was owned by African Americans or minorities in Birmingham, Alabama. History repeats itself. It's starting to come back. Right, guys, if anybody here has land, just put how many parcels of land you have in the chat. Everybody just put how many pieces of land you guys have in the chat now, because 10 years or 15 years ago, this number would not even exist as close to what it's going to be now. Because I believe a lot of us own land now through my teachings, where 5 or 10 years ago, we would have never owned that much land. It just would have been impossible, right? So when I talk about Birmingham having money, here's just 2 articles I want you guys to see and understand. Congratulations to everybody that's posting their numbers, right? You guys, congratulations to y'all, right? Congratulations to you guys. I see y'all going crazy in the chat. Congrats, 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 congrats. 10. Francis went absolutely crazy. Francis, I think that's a typo. Francis put 107 parcels. But I think that's a typo, right? 4 and 1 pen. Guys, good job. Good job. Good job with land ownership. You guys you guys are making me proud of what I've been able to teach you guys. And I really appreciate how y'all going crazy right now in the chat. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So here's 2 articles that you guys could just do a quick screenshot on. Birmingham, Alabama received $7.7 billion in new investments into the economy. So that's $7.7 billion into new investments, creating jobs, job growth. They're bringing back the workforce economy. Then this article just says Birmingham, Alabama was awarded $20 million in federal grants for workforce investment. What that means is they're able to bring the jobs back. They're able to bring the jobs back. Guys, if Francis, I'm sorry, man. I know you said it's not a typo. If Francis can come up here, because he said he got 107 properties, which is absolutely crazy. That would be breaking the record for families and people that I've impacted. If he does come up, that's phenomenal. I still think 107 properties is a mistake, but that's okay. If he comes up, he comes up. If he cannot, he cannot. We got a lot of people with tons of properties. Oh, he said, all right. So congratulations to everybody that has land. Here's another article, and I talk about like how much money do people have, right? How much money does Birmingham, Alabama have, right? That's a huge question to me. We don't know. A lot of this has to be reported through the federal government. A lot of it comes from HUD. So those are public numbers. Those are public information that they have to share with us, right? So we know, like, public information, they got to tell us. They can't hide that from us. So here's another article about Birmingham and how much money they got, right? Guys, just look at this. Just look at this one. Birmingham Housing Authority is to receive over $53 million for Section 8 expansion. When you think about providing affordable housing, when you think about providing housing where people need it most, when you think about providing housing and opportunities for people where you're really going to have impact and where you're going to help change people's lives, Birmingham is it. They have the biggest need, but they have the biggest budget, right? Like it's just there. So here's what happens. They have to publicize when they get all this money. They have to make it known, but they don't make it known in places that we read. They don't post it on YouTube. They don't post it on Instagram. They don't post it on Facebook or TikTok, right? It's posted on the government sites. It's posted in the business journals. It's posted where developers read, because they want to partner with developers to build their city out. They don't want to partner with TikTokers. They don't want to partner with YouTubers, okay? So here's an article that I came across that talks about an inside look at the New York-style brownstones in Highland Park in Birmingham, right? In Birmingham, okay? The long-anticipated residential real estate project is wrapping up in the south side of Birmingham. Brownstones are for sale in the historic neighborhood of Highland Park. I got properties in Highland Park, by the way, guys. Hitting the market at $1.45 million each. 4 brownstones are for sale in the Maiden Heights community, listed by Ingram and Associates. Which, guys, why is this important, right? Like, why would we care that they're doing $1.45 million investments in Birmingham? Here's the reason. Birmingham is still for sale. We can still buy properties in Birmingham way below market value. We can, like, they're building, that it's being gentrified. I know that word, that people don't like to use it, but just being realistic, Birmingham's being gentrified, and these articles prove it. It shows. Like, why else would they get $53 million? Why else would they get $28 million? Why else would Alabama get $7.7 billion if they're not going to do anything with the city? They got this money because it's the next major city to be developed. It's the next major city to be gentrified. People are going to be pushed out. Already, $1.5 million brownstones are being constructed for sale. The reality is these brownstones don't cost $1.45 million to build. They probably cost $450,000. Someone's making $1 million. The reason I know this stuff, right, from a political perspective, I read. I've had a meeting with the governor, Kay Ivey. I've had a meeting with the mayor. And the goal, of course, is to bring the city back. It's to build it up to prominence. So here's me in a meeting telling the mayor, like, I want to focus on building out the city with smaller level developers, with people that own LLCs, people like you and I. I want us to actually play a role in building out the city of Birmingham. His response was, how can I amplify that? What can I do to help? So I decided to do a conference, and I'll tell you guys a lot more about how you guys can monetize. And I want to teach you guys how to monetize with way more than just 10xing a couple of, $300 deals, a couple of $600 deals. I want to teach you guys how to make 7 figures. So Marion, through seller financing, he just showed us he's going to make 7 figures, right? If he hasn't already, like if you can do 25 properties at 3,000, that's $75,000. But I think he said he's moving some of them to 5,000. So he'll be at $100,000 very quickly, which doesn't surprise me. But I want to talk to you guys about this event that I'm doing and tell you everything that we have in here with it, with a ticket. So with a ticket to Let's Build Birmingham, here's what you get. You get entry to the 2-day event where you can network with other members that are building in the same neighborhoods. So we're going to put together builders, lenders, individuals like you and I, and we have the funding in place also to where I want you guys to meet with the banks that are going to show you how you can build with very little down and like credit scores as low as 500, and how you can build without putting up any money for 6 months. So we'll talk through that. I'm going to give you guys, just like I did Marion, 10 master classes that teach you how to pick, purchase, profit, and protect your first investment property. I'm going to have you guys learn from the bank who'll lend with just as low as a 500 credit score. If you got over a 500 credit score, just put the word me in the chat. If you got over a 500 credit score, you can also structure a loan with no payments for 6 months while you build. They don't care. There's no worries on the experience. They will let you use my experience or our contractor's experience when you're building in Birmingham in these specific locations, okay? I'm going to introduce you to the contractors, and I want you guys to build your own relationship with them. So I'm going to introduce you to the people that work with me, that have built my house, and then I want you to work with them. I'm going to encourage you guys work together so that they can build the same house that they built for me, for you, at an extremely low price, right? The architects. Now, architects are cool. I'm going to introduce you to the architect that gave our architects. We have 10 sets of designs, 10 sets of plans of homes that you guys could build that you can pick from. And they start as low as $159,000. I'll say it again. The architects have 10 sets of plans that we share with you guys, and the builds start as low as $159,000. All right. Unbelievable. I know it's kind of crazy to think that you could actually build an entire house for $159,000, but you actually can, and we'll show you how. So you guys can pick from those. So buying land and selling it is one exit strategy. Buying land, not paying anything for 6 months, and then selling it around that 6-month mark is an entirely different exit strategy that I'm going to show you guys how to do. Just as a bonus in the masterclass, because some of us are going to want to go see our properties. Some of us are just going to want to go see them, right? So part of the masterclass is going to be where we teach you how to travel for free to the conference, for buying 6x miles and getting points and miles on every single dollar. So we teach that as well. And we teach how to, like, because if I'm going to ask you guys to come to a conference with me, I feel like it's my responsibility to get you there or to help get you there. So in the 10 master classes, we're going to teach you guys how you get to Birmingham, Alabama for free. It's a 2-hour drive from Atlanta. It's really not that far. And then I want to teach you guys, I want you to learn and build relationships with the companies that are going to build for you. So we actually have 3 different builders that are going to be at the conference. It's probably going to be more like 6 based on how fast we sell out. But I want you to learn and build relationships with the builders. Real estate is a relationship game. The guys that are on the golf course building relationships are real estate guys, right? The guys that are out entertaining, when you hear corporate America bought up all the suites at the football stadium, the corporate suites at the basketball, it's about relationships. They're building relationships, all right? I'm putting you guys in the room so that you guys can build relationships with these people. Relationships do not happen overnight. They happen over time. So I want to start to build those relationships with the key people on the team that you guys are going to need before the conference even starts. So you guys will get all their information. You'll get to ask them questions once qualified, and you get everything you need to build the relationships. When I first started to work with my builders, it took about 5 phone calls, 4 visits. On my 4th visit, they asked me this. They said, Charles, you can stay in our Airbnb. You've been so good to us. We're so humble. So nice to meet you. Happy about what you're doing. They offered me to stay in their Airbnb. At that point in time, I knew that we would be locked in for a very long time. And then they built my house for me in 64 days. All right. I'm also going to put the realtors in the room for you guys. So this conference, you guys are going to be able to learn from the realtors who can buy land for you, sell your land or your house, and they could even pre-sell it for you, which is pretty cool. So the pre-sale process, and the person who's doing group homes prevented me from selling, but the pre-sale process is pretty cool because we have another student, Preston, who sold his house before it was even built. So he bought the land, he started to build, he sold his house before it was even built and made a huge profit. So it's important that you guys meet the realtors that can get that done for you. We're also, of course, going to teach you, because it's my responsibility to teach you the exit strategies, right? So we're going to teach you exit strategies such as Section 8, how to register, how to rent your house out to tenants on Section 8, or all the HUD programs that they have. Of course, we'll teach you how to sell. We'll teach you how to open group homes, which is extremely important. And we're finding that it's easier in this market than it is in any other market. We'll teach you exactly how to do your pre-construction sale. Pre-construction selling is extremely important. Pre-construction selling teaches you how to sell your property before it's built. It's like the easiest way to make money. Then we have Furnish Finder, which of course teaches you guys exactly how to rent your property out. Once you furnish it, it's the exit strategy. If you wanted to just rent your property out and make money off of it, long-term or short-term rentals is what it's actually called. Of course, we'll show you Airbnb, which I'm doing now until we actually open up the group home. And then you can rent, we'll show you how you rent things out on VRBO. Then we'll talk to you about the traveling nursing strategy. On the Saturday of the conference, we're actually going to do some property tours, but I want to show you different locations. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to show you a house that's built from the ground up and how easy that is. After that, so some are going to want to see houses that are actually built. Some are going to want to see houses that are in phase 1 of a build. Some are going to want to see phase 2 and phase 3. So we'll break you guys up into different quadrants of what house you want to see, and then we'll allow you to go see that. So you'll see one that's already built. You'll see one that's 3/4 built. You'll see one that's halfway built. And then you'll see one that's about a quarter built. So you get to see the site plan, the foundation, and everything else along with it. And that's just because I'm going to teach you guys how to do it. But if you're curious about one specific strategy, I want to be able to show you guys that strategy and actually how you execute on that particular strategy. Okay. And then on Friday, of course, so the conference is February 21st, Friday to February 22nd. On Friday, we're having a network mixer. Saturday, we're having a private VIP dinner where you can actually build one-to-one relationships with all the guest speakers, meaning the bank, the lender, the trust attorney, the builder, the realtor, and things, and the architect as well. We're going to show you how you get discounts on supplies. We're going to show you how you get discounts on building costs. And then, of course, for anybody who needs help with any of this stuff, I will offer you or lend to you my credit and funding specialist who will help you guys. If you did have any issues with credit, like getting over that 500, we'll help you out with that. And if anybody needs funding for if they were trying to do like a subdivision. So we have a student who's doing a subdivision, which means she's building 10 or more homes. And I'm helping her with funding for that too. Somebody, Ari on my team, is helping her with funding for it. Okay, here's a special. For those of you that are interested and grab the ticket tonight, right? And I'll put up the offer for you guys to grab a ticket. You guys should be able to see where you can buy a ticket. The website you go to is Let's Build Birmingham. We are going to be one band, one sound, and we're going to actually have our own clothing for this actual conference. This is our annual conference. It's called Let's Build Birmingham, one door at a time. Becoming our ancestors, and this is what's on the back, becoming our ancestors' wildest dream, one door at a time. 221 to 222, Birmingham, Alabama is where the conference is going to be, of course. And then I want to show you guys, so some of you guys, and we talked about a conference, we talked about in person, we talked about seeing some of the things that we're going to go to, right? So the new way to do real estate, which they hide from us, is development. This would be what we call phase one, where site prep, clearing, grading, which is leveling it if it can be leveled, and then laying the plumbing, the groundwork, the site prep. So that'll be phase one of what it looks like. Phase two would be more so like the framing part. So the foundation is poured, the concrete is here, and this is more so the framing of building. This part, once gets inspected and approved, you pay. There's a payment that's made only when it's approved by an inspection. The framing has to be done. It has to be approved by an inspector. The nails have to be inspected as far as what nails they did, right? What nails they put in. It all has to be inspected. Some of you may want to see this part, phase two, just to see where it is. So we'll walk those that want to see this part. We'll have a tour where you guys can see this. And then this is the last phase, which you guys will probably be walking into one of the houses that are built, whether it's an Airbnb, long-term rental, short-term rental, but a complete house that I've built. I want to show you guys the exact same properties, the stuff that I built, and exactly how. So I'll show you guys that at the conference. The plans we talked about, these are the plans. These are the plans that you guys are going to be getting. This is the exact house that I just built, and you guys actually get the opportunity to see exactly what it is, right? This is the foundation. This is the actual house. This is called your site plan, where you actually get to see, or the elevation plan, where you actually get to see what the house looks like. This is just a duplex. If anybody's interested in ever building a duplex, just comment the word duplex. These are plans of a duplex. There's one tenant that'll live on this side, one that lives on that side. It's 2,100 square feet, and you'll see a 3-bedroom, 2-bath slab duplex. That means it's not on a foundation, it's on a concrete slab. This is what's called a brick skirt. So you guys will be able to see the plans for that as well. Oh, and then, funding, financing. We help you with financing. We are going to allow you to use my lender because you're part of my conference. So I want to, the lender's actually going to come and speak to you. She's actually part of the 10 master classes, and she said she's doing something special for those that are VIP, right? She said she's doing something special for those that are VIP. So our lender, shout out to our lender, man. Our lender is phenomenal. Those that have conference tickets already are already getting their pre-approvals and ready to build. This is a pre-approval for $225,000. So shout out to one of the action takers who bought their ticket. Pre-approval, we appreciate it. Here are the pricing for the tickets. So platinum, $29.97. Gold, $997, and general admission $497. The additional perks that platinum gets is that they are going to be in the room at a private dinner at Ruth Chris, the famous steakhouse. Private dinner with the architects, the builder, the banker, the trust attorney, the realtor. They're going to just get a higher, heightened level of intimacy with the actual builder themselves, with the actual bank. So you'll sit down, you'll have dinner with them. And to be honest with you, they need us. They want our business, but they just can't do like 1,000 at one time. So those that get the benefit or the luxury of doing business with them and really getting to know them, you can potentially get your proper project started earlier. There's just certainly no guarantee with that, but it's just a heightened level of intimacy when you've eaten dinner with someone, you've sat down, you've gotten to know them a lot better. sitting across the table. And then you got the private tour of the properties, or everyone will get the tour, or gold and platinum will get the tour of the properties and things like that. Guys, if you want to check more details, just simply go to letsbuildbirmingham.com. I'm going to go through what you get with a ticket one more time, and then we'll go through any questions, because I know you guys had a lot of questions, so we'll go through it, and I'm happy you saved your questions for the end. So what you get with a ticket, you get entry to the 2-day event where you can network with other members that are building in the same neighborhood. So this is the camaraderie phase. This is the networking phase. This is where the power in our community is built. This is where like the importance of community actually happens. This is the importance of the entire event, that we get to connect with like-minded individuals. We get to connect with our like neighbors. That is super powerful, because we are all building in the same community. You really can't beat that. You're going to get 10 free master classes on how to pick, purchase, profit, and protect your first investment property. You're going to learn from banks who's going to lend on a 500 credit score, which is unheard of. You can also structure your loan with no payment for 6 months while you build. Quote her on that. She'll be there. She'll introduce herself, and you guys can actually have Q&A with her. Some of you guys are going to be eating dinner with her. And I feel like that's going to be the biggest room. The biggest request for dinner. It's not going to be the contractors. It's going to be with the lender, right? It should be with your contractor, though. But that's on your preference, guys, right? No worries on experience. The lender allows you to use my experience or your contractor's experience. You also get to meet with your contractors and build your own relationship with them. You're going to be able to meet with the architects who designed the 10 sets of plans for you to pick from and build your own house. Then you're going to learn how to travel for free to the conference from buying or earning 6 times miles and points. No additional spend to what you're doing already. No additional spend, guys. You'll be able to get to learn from and build relationships with 3 different companies that will build for you. So you actually get 3 different contracting companies that will actually build for you, which is super cool, right? Because you actually get 3 companies to choose from, right? You interview 3 companies, and then you choose which one you want to build for you. Fairly simple and easy. Where are we? Oh, the realtors, right? Building a relationship with your realtor is priceless. So now you get to build relationships with the realtor who can buy land for you, who can help you buy the land, who can help you sell it, who can pre-sell your house for you and everything else that you need to do with your home. They could also help you fill your home with Section 8 tenants if you wanted Section 8 tenants. The builders can also help you property manage. But those of you like Marion who wanted to do 25 properties, that builder will be there for you. It could help you manage it all. The realtor could help you manage it all, right? So you will also be able to learn how to execute on different exit strategies. Section 8, selling your property, group homes, pre-construction selling, furnish finder, Airbnb, VRBO, traveling nurses, right? And then, of course, we got the property tours on multiple locations, phase 1 through 3. And then Friday, we got the networking mixer, the private VIP dinner where you can build one-to-one relationships with guest speakers. And then, of course, we got discounts on supplies, discounts on building costs, and access to credit and funding. For those of you that would like to buy your ticket today, you go to letsbuildbirmingham.com, or you can just click on the link. There are payment plans. There's payment options. So if you wanted a platinum and didn't have all the money right now, we have extended and opened up platinum for like 10 more people. You guys can use Afterpay. You can use a website called Zip. Zip approves anyone with a 500 or better credit score. There's Klarna. And if you have an iPhone and you go to pay, the thing on the side, pay now, or pay with your phone, it will open up a firm and you guys can pay with a firm there as well. So we do have payment plans for you and payment options for you as well. And those are on every level. So if you just wanted the VIP, you like Marion, you going on the big boy package, right? Because he's an investor. He spends his money, he gets it back. He's up to $75,000 right now, which is absolutely crazy. You guys go with the platinum. Some of you guys are going to go in the middle, which is totally fine. It's all based on your budget. I want you in the room. I'm going to pour into you as much as I can. And for general admission, it doesn't matter. You guys can get that general admission ticket financed as well if you did need to do that as well. All right, let's go into any questions. Let's go into Q&A. Let's go into Q&A. Does anybody have any questions pertaining to the conference? Does anybody have any questions pertaining to the conference? Let's see if we have any questions. I'm happy to answer any questions. Will the conference be recorded? You going can record. Going, you can record. All right. You guys can record while you're there, but I'm not going to stream it. Remember what I said in the beginning. In 2025, I just want to wrap my arms around 500 people, and I want to focus on those 500 people getting to their exit strategy. That's going to be my focus in 2025. I've already done 900 families where I help get property and land. And again, that 900 includes people like Marion, who have how many does he have? 25 properties. Somebody on here, which I'm not going to mention the name, said he has 100. If I helped one person get one property and build on it, I feel so fulfilled and so complete. These people said in the chat that they had 100 properties through what I taught them how to do. And like, I'm beyond fulfilled and complete in life with the impact that I've been able to have. 2025 is all about 500, right? It's 25 is the 5 is for a reason. It's significant to me. I just want to help 500 people in 2025. I want more impact, deeper impact, and not as wide. I want to go deeper with the impact in 2025. So that's why we're only doing 500. What's the next question? Will you help get there through travel? Yes. So there are websites that we can help you, that we can just give you, where you can do surveys for miles, surveys for points. I know we have a team member, someone who bought a ticket now. It's going to be her and I think 2 of her kids. Her price is only going to be $33 for her ticket for all 3. So yeah, we'll help you with travel without question. Do we have to register for tax bids or with the city prior to the weekend? No, Sean. So I taught a lot of people. I'll teach you in the master classes about the land bank and how you get properties from the land bank. But there's other sites where you can buy. People are buying properties from right now in Birmingham that they're going absolutely crazy with and going through the process to start building. So that's a great question, but no. We'll tell you everything. We want you to buy. So look, if my work for 2025 is 500 people, yeah, I'm going to start my work early. So I got people starting the building process right now. I got at least 60, 70 people with properties right now. So it just helps me fulfill. It helps me be complete. It helps me achieve the goal that I set out for, which is to get you guys properties, to get that impact. And the city of Birmingham's going crazy. If you got 3 properties and you want to sell one for triple the amount, I'm cool with it. Like, I'm totally fine with it, because the money that you can sell those properties for is absolutely like ridiculous. So Sean, thanks for asking that question. Thank you for asking that question. What about, I heard you say something about the plans for the properties. All right, so the plans, yeah, there's going to be 10 sets of plans that you guys get. Each plan, and the contractors are working on that now. You guys are going to get a workbook at the conference. I left that out, and I'm sorry. You guys will get a workbook for the conference, where in that workbook it's going to be all the contact information for everybody you need, as well as 10 sets of plans that you guys can pick from and build on. Those will be included, and you'll have the prices on them. So one of them will be like 159 to 200, 199 to 210, things like that, so forth and so on. So you guys will get that included with a ticket purchase. All right. Any more questions before we go? Any more questions before we go? You guys have been awesome tonight. Like these questions are awesome. These are really good questions because I actually forgot you guys are going to get a workbook. So when you get there, you'll get your lanyard with your pass, and then you're going to get a workbook, which is going to include everything you need. All right. So we have another question. Okay, that's a private question. I have to go, but I can't show until I close January 15th. Can you help me? Yes, Andrea. Yes. Just shoot me a DM. Andrea, that's a private chat. So yes, I'm happy you're gonna get your ticket. We have under 100 tickets left. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to hold one for you until that event takes place. But I'll try. Like, in all fairness to everybody, I don't know if I could do that, but I'll try, Andrea. Just shoot me a DM on Instagram at Charles J. Noonan, and I'll help you with that. Will the master classes take place before we go to Birmingham? Absolutely. Bernadette Walker, go to letsbuildbirmingham.com and grab your ticket. We already did 3 master classes. That's how I know. The lender came on last week and she said she's going to give something free to 5 people in platinum. But more importantly, she said she's going to help 5. She said people can get approved for a loan to build with a 500 credit score. She said you can structure your loan. This is key, guys. Our lender said you can structure your loan where you don't pay anything for 6 months, meaning you can build, your house is being built where you pay nothing out of pocket for 6 months. You have to just send the draws from the bank, other people's money, to the builder as they're building. Phase 1's done, take from the bank, send to the builder, nothing out of pocket. That was phenomenal. You just go to www.letsbuildbirmingham.com. So yeah, we have 10 master classes. There's going to be 2 each month. If you miss some, then you'll watch the saved ones. Then we have Q&A. Then we do some live classes. But next up, we're going to hear from another builder. So we had an architect, we had a builder, we had our travel specialist, we had the lender. We'll have trusted. We got the killer lineup. We have the killer lineup. All right, QB. What's the ideal position of a person to be able to purchase and start the building process? Who will be attending the conference? Anybody. There is no ideal position. That's the beautiful thing. Your life doesn't change. Your normal 9 to 5 everyday lifestyle doesn't change. Nothing changes. You go to work, you take care of the kids, do your family thing. You're just gonna have to take out some time. And our success coach will work with you. She'll help you find land, pick a piece out, buy it, help you through the process to start the pre-build. With certain lenders, here's another really good thing. That's a great question. Here's another really good piece of this, guys. Certain builders that we're going to use, you guys will get the project manager for free. Meaning our success coach, Tara, being that we're not taking on any more people after the 500, if you decide to build with, I think it's like 2 out of the 3 builders, you will get Tara as your project manager. And what that means is that she's going to be sending you pictures of your build on a regular basis. Like, I'm not going to say daily, let's say every 2 to 3 days, she'll be sending you pictures as your project manager. So you get the benefit, because this is all I'm going to be doing 2025. It's just building. I'm just building. We'll be there. I'll be there. Tara will be there. Our contractors will be there. Building. So you guys can stay at home and work and do what you have to do if you need to. But if you use certain builders, Tara, our success coach, will be sending you all the information. Yeah, you get the host hotel, the hosts. There's like 3 hotels because 500 people typically can't go in one hotel. So you get there's like, once you buy a ticket, you'll get 3 to 4 hotels where everyone's going to stay at. Okay. Thank you, Charles. You're welcome, Melissa. What's the ideal position? Sorry, just joining. We'll be doing Pennsylvania next year. No, unfortunately, Terrell, I'm getting away from the Pennsylvania auctions, man. I'm not doing them anymore. All the money is in Birmingham. Birmingham is where it is. Like the value of the properties in Birmingham, like they start, you buy land for way less, but the value's at 30,000. They teach you how to, like, I'm teaching you how to build on it. I'm teaching you how to sell it for much more. I'm teaching you how to build on it. I'm teaching you like everything you need to make way more money. Like one deal could be $60,000, $70,000 for you. So that's what I'm teaching in Birmingham. It's so much easier. It's so much better. It's the hottest city in the country right now. It's white hot. It's the hottest city. They got so much money from the federal government, from housing, the HUD, the housing department. Like Birmingham is the place to invest. I do not recommend you buy anywhere else unless you're doing seller finance and quick flips to create passive income, which I'll teach you guys. But Birmingham is where it is. Birmingham is just, it's white hot. I'm talking white hot. Guys, to get your tickets, you have to go to letsbuildbirmingham.com. Of course, www.letsbuildbirmingham.com. Any more questions? We got one. Any more questions? I see some hands up. Do we have any more questions? Any more questions? Guys, this is live, so I'll answer your questions for you right now if you had any questions. Okay, so yes. I don't know how you heard that. Yes, the Commissioner of Community Development will be at the conference speaking. So we're going to have, so this conference, right? And if you go to letsbuildbirmingham.com, you guys will see all the information. This conference that I'm doing, there's no celebrities. There's no superstars. There's no athletes. There's no actors. Okay. There's no hip hop artist. There's no singers going to be there, right? There's no singers that's going to be there. It's letsbuildbirmingham.com. This conference will only have people pouring into you that can directly help and impact your life. If Shannon Sharp wanted to come to the conference, I would say, Shannon Sharp, I'm sorry, brother, there's just no room for you. Okay, there's just no space for you right now. And like, there's just no space. I want you guys learning from a builder on how to build. What's the best practices? I want you guys meeting the builders. I want you speaking to community development, okay? Community development is who I want you guys speaking to for this conference. I don't want you guys speaking to, I don't want you dancing and speaking to no artist. No, talk to community development who's going to tell you buy in District 1, buy in Section 2, buy in District 3, buy there. Like, that's who we need to be talking to. I'm not doing a concert. This is a conference. Okay. I'll put the thing in the chat. Letsbuildbirmingham.com. You buy a ticket today. We're going to package in the free hoodie for you. Yes. We did open up platinum again because we had to get a bigger room. Everybody wanted platinum again. So platinum is open. You guys can buy platinum tickets if you wanted to. All right, letsbuildbirmingham.com. Here it is. Everybody's asking for me to post it, to pin it. I did. Letsbuildbirmingham.com. You guys can go there. You can grab your tickets now. It will be sold out. The conference will be sold out. Okay. We have under 100 tickets left. There's under 100 left. All right. So they will be sold out. Oh, we got time. We got 4 minutes. We got time for one more question. If you buy today, can you upgrade later? Yes, you can upgrade later, T. Smith. That's a great question. You can upgrade later. There's an upgrade link. Also, for those that want to bring a spouse, if you buy a ticket today, your spouse's ticket is half off. That is a webinar special, right? That is for now. That's just for now. You can't buy on the website, and that link has been removed. That buy one half off link has been removed. It's been removed. So I'm sorry, guys. You can do it now, but you can't do it later. So if you bought one for your spouse, you just send me a screenshot. For those that want the free hoodie, just buy your ticket now, send me a screenshot. Do not do this tomorrow. You cannot do this tomorrow morning and say, oh, I bought my ticket tomorrow, right? It's not going to work. I will honor and have you sent out the free hoodie that we're going to be wearing tonight, but it won't be honored at any other point in time. It just won't be. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, you can upgrade your ticket. If you bought if you had to lock in a ticket, yes. Like you're in the room, you're good. You wanted to upgrade later, you can. What won't happen though, because the space only holds 500, what won't happen is we will not extend, we won't extend more tickets. We just can't extend more tickets. That's the only thing. We just can't. Phyllis, you will come on Saturday morning. We're doing a free funding session early in the morning on Saturday. I'm talking like 8 o'clock on Sunday. There's just going to be a bonus session. Just get there 8 o'clock Saturday, Phyllis, and you're in. Get there 8 o'clock on Saturday, you're in. It's going to be a free funding session 8 o'clock on Saturday. So if you're ready to come, you're ready to join. If you joined at the general admission starts Saturday. Capital gains, we will talk about capital gains. I don't want to get too deep in capital gains. Somebody asked me about capital gains. Here's what we do, guys. Here's a quick tip on how to save money through capital gains. If you bought your house and you got it built for $169,000, you're selling the property, let's just say, for example, $259,000. That's a $90,000 profit. Here's what you do to save on paying tax on that money. Here's just a quick real estate tip, quick real estate education. I do this for every property. What you do, you refinance the property up to $250,000. So there's no tax on the borrowed money. You paid $169,000, you refinance it at $250,000. If you're selling it for $259,000, you may pay tax on $9,000, which is your profit. That's the capital gain that you'll pay taxes on. Meanwhile, you will have made $90,000. All right, so just keep that in mind. I know that's a topic for a master class. You guys asked me like master class questions that's just now. That's a master class question, but I answered it anyway. Congratulations. I just want to congratulate those that bought. Congratulations to Tara Walker. She bought. Yes, welcome to Birmingham, Tara. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I can shout out. I know some people don't be wanting all that information out there like that, but I'm going to just shout out a few people that bought their tickets. I'm just going to shout out a few people. Congrats, Tara. Let me just shout out. Oh, Tara, you have to shoot me a DM of your information because I got to send out your hoodie for tomorrow. Okay, we have to send your hoodie out for tomorrow. Let's see. I want to give some shout outs. Let me see. How do I get to the list? All right. Let's see if I could get to my list. Here we go. Tara Walker, congratulations. Shanita, congratulations. April, congratulations. I see a lot of y'all getting that platinum. Jaquita, I'm not going to say y'all last names because I know this is like, some of y'all private information. But what am I noticing? Why is it all women that bought tickets? Why are we looking at all women that bought tickets? My guys, what's going on with the fellas? Let me see who's in this room. Let me see who's in the room. Why we got Aaron in the room, like Sean. We got fellas in the room now. Like, what are we doing? What's going on here, fellas? We have Okay, John. Shout out to John. Shout out to John. Good job, John. Way to make a comeback for the fellas, John. Way to make a comeback for the fellas. John bought a ticket just now. John Calder. Shout out to you, man. Congrats. Najee, congrats. Charles McNeil, congrats to you. Mac, congrats. All right, we got the fellas stepping up. Fellas stepping up the game. Fellas are stepping up their game. Charles McNeil got 3 tickets, him and the family. Shout out to Charles McNeil. I don't know who T. Smith is exactly, but shout out to Dwayne as well. All right. All right. So we got some of the fellas in here who bought tickets. So ladies, it's not all ladies. It's not all ladies. I thought, because I started to just recognize a little pattern. I'm like, whoa. Why all the ladies going to Let's Build Birmingham? But the fellas stepped up. What time will it end Saturday? That's a great question. So we're going to have fun. We're going to learn, and we're going to have a lot of fun, but we will be learning, all right? We're going to learn. So Saturday, for bonus, if anybody wants like free funding, you come in at 8 o'clock, 8 in the morning. Get in at 8, get your free funding. We got registration at, what time is registration? 8:30 to 9. We're going to be kicking off. Then we're going to kick it off at 9, and we're kicking it off with like, we just got the whole show lined up. So we're going to kick it off. Everybody's going to teach. I'm going to teach. We got the workbooks. We got lunch, of course. And then 4. So probably at 4, you'll go see your property. Whichever phase you choose, you'll go to see that phase property. We'll have all the addresses and everything for you guys to go to. Then at 7, we have the VIP dinner. That's at Ruth Chris. That is your dinner that for Platinum. That's where you actually just go get to sit down and have conversations with the lender, the builder, the architect, and design whatever you want. If you want them to design an island for you, they could go design your island. Whatever it is that you want them to do, they will do it for you. It's just like that simple, that easy. All right, congratulations, Derek. All right, Derek. Okay, Derek. I see we got Derek bought a ticket. Congratulations to you, Derek. Congrats to all the executors. You guys are paying this back to your ancestors. You guys are fulfilling your obligation to your ancestors. You're making your ancestors proud, one deed at a time. I see y'all going crazy in the chat. I love it. I appreciate it. But y'all got to chill out with all of that. All right, y'all know some of y'all are neighbors already. So I love the camaraderie and everything. But I don't want to see women power, men power. This is togetherness. This is togetherness, what we're doing. It's all about togetherness, okay? It is about togetherness. This is a movement. It is not a moment. We're not trying to have no moment. This is a movement. All right, somebody else just bought a ticket. Who's that? Let's see who that was. Who was it that just bought a ticket? Man, this thing is ringing kind of quickly. We have... Let me see. Phyllis, what's up, Phyllis? All right, Phyllis, I got a hoodie for you, Phyllis. I knew you were going to buy because you asked the questions. Congratulations to you, Phyllis. DM me first name, last name, and address and hoodie size. I'm going to send you a hoodie out. We'll send that out tonight. It'll be in about 2-3 days. It actually takes 5 to 7 days. It actually takes 5 to 7 days. So you'll get your hoodie in 5 to 7 days. Congratulations to all those that purchased. Low key, you have more. You have my ladies and fellas. I don't know what that means, but we're one group. I say this all the time. One band, one sound. That's it. That's who we are. One band, one sound. There's no male, female, woman. Like this side of town, that we all one. We're all doing blue doors, by the way, too. We're all doing blue doors on our houses. In the master classes, I'll show you the design and I'll show you how I built it out. But we'll talk a little bit more about what the blue doors stand for, too. We'll talk a little bit about that. The blue doors signify peace, love, prosperity, happiness, forward thinking, and unity. That's what we're about. That's what this movement is about. That's what our ancestors will be proud of when we do stuff like that. Phyllis, shoot me a DM on Instagram, Charles J. Noonan on Instagram, and I need full name, address, hoodie size. We'll send that out to you tonight. You'll get it 5 to 7 days. Okay. All right, guys. That's the end of the time. We have to wrap it up. I gotta go prepare. I got a bunch of hoodies to go send out. Right. I got a lot of hoodies to go send out. If anybody wants wants a ticket and you have any questions, just shoot me a DM. All right, looks like we got another one. All right, you guys are actually going crazy tonight. I see a free hoodie, like put people in action. Guys, I appreciate your time spent with me. I enjoy you. I appreciate you. I have to tell you, I cannot get to my personal goal of impacting 500 families in 2025. I can't do it without you guys. So I'm truly grateful. I'm truly happy that you guys are coming out to this conference. It's in Birmingham, Alabama, Friday, February 21st to Saturday, February 22nd. We will have fun on Friday. Friday is our networking mixer. We will have tons of fun on Saturday, but we're going to learn. We're going to impact the culture. We are owning a city. When you tell people about what you're doing, you say, hey, I'm going to go buy Birmingham. We're going to own Birmingham. Right now, downtown's a little shaky. A different group is buying downtown. We got to outbuy them. We have to outbuy them, and that's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. We are outbuying other groups, or the other group. We know who that is. It's the same group that keep gentrifying all the other cities where we live. This time, we want to outbuy that group. Like, I'm just going to keep it real. That's what the mission is. The mission is for us to gentrify our own city this time. It's not for everybody else to have it. So, guys, it's letsbuildbirmingham.com. I'll put that here one more time. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. For everybody that's involved in what we're doing, I appreciate you guys. Spread the word. We got less than 100 tickets left out of 500. Out of 500 tickets, we're almost sold out. So I appreciate you guys. This is going to be a truly epic, historic event. You will have an opportunity to be a part of history. Okay, I'm talking like history. So thank you. I appreciate you. You guys keep buying tickets. I gotta shout out another person. I have to shout out another person. Tiffany Smith, congratulations. You in the building. Tiffany is in the building. Congratulations, Tiffany. Tiffany wants that hoodie. Tiffany, DM me. I see you, Tiffany. I see you, Tiff. I see you, Tiffany. We're gonna have some fun tonight. If you got a ticket tonight and you want a half-price ticket for your spouse, son, kids, daughter, friends, family, if you want a half-price ticket, we will not honor this outside of tonight, what we're doing right now. If you want a half-price ticket, all you simply have to do is shoot me a DM right now, okay? Just shoot me a DM right now on Instagram at Charles J. Noonan. We will then honor your half price for your spouse or whoever you want to bring. Question from Dana Sleevers. Will we get the opportunity to purchase during the conference? Yes, but you'll have the opportunity to purchase before the conference. Okay. Yes, you'll have the opportunity to purchase before the conference. Tara Walker, looks like I'm right on time moving back to Birmingham. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Yes, the event's going to be indoors. It's going to be at Regent's Field in downtown Birmingham. It's downtown Birmingham. Women build faster. Yes, y'all do. Man, y'all not going to get me to be going back and forth between my kings and my queens. We are all one. We are all one. Yeah, so if you're in, you just contact your success coach, Tara. She'll help you. She will help you pick out a property. Actually, looking right here, this is Tara with this yellow shirt, and this is a deed in her hand. This is an event we do called Deed Day. Everybody here has a deed in their hand, and that's how we want it. That's how I roll. Everybody, I'm talking everybody wins when Charles Noonan does an event. Like, no one gets left behind. No one gets left behind. All right, guys. Again, this is our 5th good night, but you guys just keep buying tickets. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure how many we're gonna have left. But guys, let's go. Kings, let's catch up. We got Tiffany, Phyllis, Tara, Shanita, April, Jaquita, John, Najee, Veronica, Charles McNeil, Max stepped up. Somebody I can't pronounce. Mary Gail, Cherie, Dwayne, my guy, Susan, Tawan, Gary, Shannon. Let's go, y'all. We went crazy today. Antoinette Gill is the one who has her pre-approval for $225,000. So we know she got her ticket, of course, because she got the money already. So you guys can get in. You guys can get your money. It's easy to do. Thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate you. Have a good night. And again, the website is letsbuildbirmingham.com. I'll see you all there. Thank you. We got another ticket sale. This is like crazy. This is crazy. Let's go, Raja. Let's go, Raja. Let's go, Raja. Let's go, Raja. Raja in here with the we got some people with platinum. We got some people with gold. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Raja. Let's get it. Appreciate you. We going crazy tonight, y'all. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I will see you guys soon. I just have to acknowledge, right? We have to congratulate. We are making history. This is history. You are making history. So congratulations. Oh, I see you, Ra. Okay. I see you. All right. Congratulations to everybody that got a ticket. I appreciate you. You guys have a good night. Take care. Thank you. And we'll see you at on the next master class.